Hey everybody, it is Tam telling tales, and you guys, I have an exciting live for you on this evening. It is book banter time, and you guys, I have none other than author Marlon Mccaulsky here with me on this evening. So we'll be talking with him shortly. So you guys, stay tuned.
I got it.
Tam telling tales.
I got it.
Tam telling tales.
I got it.
Tam telling tales.
I got it. Tongue twister. Say it real fast one time.
Tam 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 tam.
Hey everybody, I am back. It is Tam, and listen, I need for you all to go ahead right now and hit the subscribe button if you are watching from YouTube, or just go ahead and share this video right now so that you are not the only person who gets to indulge in this great conversation that we are about to have with author Marlon Mccaulsky. Now, this episode of Book Banter is being brought to you by not just myself, but also EyeCU Reading and Social Network. That is my book club, y'all. They are so amazing. We are always taking online members. So you can always make sure that you head over to our EyeCU Reading and Chatting Facebook page. That way you can join over there. And then, of course, you can always watch and see updates on book stuff on our page that is EyeCU Reading and Social Network. So we got a few people in the chat right now that's tuning in. Hey, Sam, I see you, girl. Oh, you like my intro? Is this your first time seeing the intro? Because I've been using it for a little while, but yeah, that's my new baby. I love it too. Hello, Kaylin. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you. So we want to give everybody an opportunity to get on in here so that if you have already read the book that we are here to talk about, which is I'm Not Superwoman, then you get to ask him some questions. But of course, you're probably wondering, like, well, who is this mystery guy, right? We keep talking about Marlon. We keep talking about his book. But where is he? Well, I'm about to bring him on. So everyone say hello to Mr. Marlon Mccaulsky.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, how you be?
I'm good.
Wonderful. I'm glad to hear it. I'm just
Good
like
to be
peeking
back.
in the background, right? I see something in the frame. Is that a book cover back there? I
Oh,
see. Look at me.
over this shoulder.
Yep, right there. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that might be a book cover.
Yeah. Okay. I be doing too much. I'm all in your background. I'm sorry.
It's good to be back.
See, I just had like a little plain situation, so it ain't nothing to even, get distracted by. Got distracted to see your book covers because everybody, Marlon is an acclaimed author. And I should also add that he is a filmmaker as well. So we are going to be talking about I'm Not Superwoman on tonight, but just know that he has a plethora of books for you guys to choose from and projects that he's worked on. We'll get a chance to talk about little movie stuff. I know this is book banter and all, but you know me, you know what I be doing. So I always want to throw a little bit of movie conversation into the play. So that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, great. So I always open up my shows with game of
wait. Before we get started, I gotta go get some mushrooms real quick. So if you don't.
Don't do that.
No, we're not doing mushrooms tonight. Okay. All right. Carry on.
You know what, Marlon? Why you be doing me like that? Why do you do me like this? Okay, y'all, it's an inside joke that I'm gonna let y'all in on in like a little hot piece of second. I wish I had my review of this book that I could put up on the screen. Man, that would be so dope because there is a saying from the book that at this point I'm just gonna be using. I'm not gonna usually say it probably in mixed company, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not around my mom and stuff, but
don't do that around mom.
Yeah, definitely amongst the book club. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be using that term, but Anywho, we're
Anyway.
saying hey to everybody in the chat. Hey, Monique. Monique said hey to you, Marlon.
Hey, Monique.
She didn't
Hey,
say hey.
Ebony.
She didn't
Hey,
say hey,
Kaylin.
Tam. She didn't say hey, Tam. I'm just saying, you know. Sometimes I like for people to come in and say hi to me, but
I know. That's
if y'all just want to say hi to Marlon, that's cool. It's fine. Whatever, you know. Okay, well, it's time for preferences, right? Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, here we go. First up, iPhone or Android?
Android all day.
Okay. Laptop or desktop computer?
Well, laptop. Back in the day, it used to be desktop, but that's gone the way of the dinosaur.
I still messes with a desktop. They run better than me, but whatever. A drop top vehicle or SUV?
SUV.
BMW or Mercedes?
I can't afford either, so
Just pick one.
What was the choices again?
BMW or Mercedes?
BMW.
Okay. Beach house or cabin?
Beach house.
Writing or reading?
Writing. I got so much creativity to get out, but I enjoy. Of course, I enjoy reading, but writing, I've had to choose one.
It makes sense. Okay. Would you rather read a paperback or an e-read?
Paperback all day.
Okay. Watch a sitcom or a crime drama?
Sitcom.
I believe, yeah, I can see that. I think I knew the answer to that already. Eddie Murphy or Richard Pryor?
Eddie Murphy. I mean, much respect to Richard Pryor, but I grew up on Eddie Murphy, so
I feel it. Aretha Franklin or Patti LaBelle?
Ooh. That's a
Oh.
I would go Aretha.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good decision. You know who you talking to. You talking to a D girl all day. So good choice. Good choice. Jay-Z or Nas?
Oh, why you gotta do this? Why are you choosing violence today?
Because it's me.
Yes, it is you. It is you. It makes perfect sense that you say.
It makes perfect sense.
I would say back in the day, it would have been Nas. But as I've gotten older, and I still have a lot of love for Nas, but I think Jay-Z now is probably what I listen to more.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely back in the day, it was probably a little bit more Nas, but then Jigamandas, I just both of us being from Brooklyn, just had to relate.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. LeBron James or Kobe Bryant?
As far as who's the greatest, or
Who would you rather listen to? Not listen to, but who would you like? Like, I'm team this person over the other. You enjoy watching them play ball more.
Kobe.
Okay. Dark liquor or light liquor?
Dark. Darkness,
like
everybody. Darkness.
Yes, darkness. I like it. Man, I tell you what, some of these questions be wow. Okay, Martin or Fresh Prince?
Ooh, damn. That was a decision back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think I would probably. Honestly, back in the day, I flipped between both of them because they both came. They purposely put them on at the same time.
You got to pick one, sir. You got to pick one. Can't straddle the fence. What it's gonna be?
Man. All right. I can't pick. I can't pick. Honestly, I can't pick. I got to take the fifth on that one.
Okay, bye, Marlon. Okay. All right. Let me go ahead and give you something a little easier then. Sweet tea or lemonade?
Lemonade.
Tubi or Netflix?
Honestly, Netflix.
Okay. Road trip or flight?
Flight.
Okay, this your last question. Tam telling tales or any other platform?
Him telling tales.
Yeah.
What else? What other choice is there?
I know, right? Who?
That was a waste of a question.
You know what? So I can ask you another one in. Yeah, we can go back to that Martin the Fresh Prince. Go ahead and pick one. Just saying.
All right.
I got time. We here till
Martin.
8. Okay, there we go. Another good one. You know who you're talking to. I'm a D girl. So I mean, if you're talking to Detroit, that's usually gonna be the safest answer to give. Right?
True.
Boom. There you go. Okay. See, that was fun, right?
Yeah, that was stressful.
You made it that way. It really didn't have to be.
You were asking some trifling questions, though. You gotta admit.
Dang, did you say trifling?
Trifling. How you gonna put Jay-Z and Nas,
Trifling?
Martin and Fresh Prince? That's trifling. You making me choose.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. If you say so, that's fine. Well, listen, we're gonna say hey to some more people in the chat. Ebony is here. Hey, Eb. She ain't like your answer about that Android. Just so you know. And then Tony is here too. She didn't see it. Hey, don't be putting up all this stuff about these Androids. I don't. We passed that.
I mean, iPhone users, they're bitter like that. So, you know.
Tony's in the building. Rena is here. Listen, Monique said I done got you sweating because I mean, are my questions really that hard? I guess so. I guess so. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. Myra, is it Myra? Maya J. Hey. Oh, listen.
When can you expect the next book?
Listen, she ready.
I have a nice backlog that you can thumb through in the meantime.
He said, don't hold your breath. That's the energy that's given.
It's a work in progress.
Okay. Fair enough. But all that means is, hey, you are a hot commodity out here in these streets. People want
I appreciate it.
Okay. Oh, wait. I missed one. Hey, Queen off of IG. Hey, that's Renika. Hey, Renika. Renika is another filmmaker and author as well. So shout out to her. Hey, girl. Hey. LaShawn is here. Listen,
my homegirl LaShawn. What's up?
Hey, LaShawn. Y'all better pull up so we can talk about this book. I need y'all to tell me, have you guys already read I'm Not Superwoman, or are you guys about to be heading over to purchase your book? Y'all tell me in the chat. Where y'all tell me in the chat what y'all doing. Oh, y'all see what we just did there? Okay, do it again. Go again one more time. Do it again one more time. Get your book.
Okay.
Get your book. I think I'll wait. Am I doing this right? Go ahead. Keep going. Yeah. Oh, you see what we did there? Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't do it right. Boom. Listen, we feel like some old folks learning stuff on social media.
Be all up in the camera. Is this on? Is it on yet?
That's us. We are acting our ages right now. Why are we like this? Oh. Bayan wants to know, where can she purchase books? If you want to go ahead and tell her, because I was only gonna say Amazon, but you might have some other locations.
Oh, Amazon is just fine with me. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, wherever bookstores, books are sold. Walmart, I think there's a couple on the shelf there. Target, if you're lucky.
Listen, he said I'm selling out like hotcakes. I love it. Yes. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you are just coming into the chat, hey, we are here for Book Banter tonight with author Marlon Mccaulsky, and we will be talking about I'm Not Superwoman, which was the March read for EyeCU Reading and Social Network. So we all had a good time at our meeting discussing this book. and
We
talking
both
about it
saw it.
throughout the month. Yes, we had a really good time talking about it, naming off some of our favorite moments in the book and some of the moments that we were not crazy about that, we just had to delve into extra conversations on because, hey, that's what book club is for.
Mhm.
Wine and talking and cussing a little bit.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So listen, Marlon, why don't you give everyone a synopsis of your book, I'm Not Superwoman?
Okay, well, I'm Not Superwoman is basically this tale of Nia Scott. She is a young, at the beginning of the book, she's a young college girl going to Clark Atlanta University. She's very focused on her goals to graduate and become a doctor, go to medical school, become a doctor. But along the way, there are some challenges that pop up. This day-to-day life, being away from home. Her hometown is in Chicago, and she goes to school in Atlanta. There's drama at home. And then when she gets back to Clark Atlanta University, she has a little drama with her boyfriend who happens to be going through some things, some medical, some medical issues that he's dealing with, and he's not really coping well. And then her roommate, her roommate Sabina, she's doing a lot of extracurricular activities in the apartment for hours and hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she a
She can
whole
do it for hours
song.
and hours
Yeah.
and hours. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and it's basically her just overcoming those challenges and being a Black woman in America. That in itself presents its own challenges that goes on top of everything else that she's dealing with in
Yeah.
life. So
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask this question for clarity. Are we not spoiling on this evening? We not doing any spoiler combo.
it depends on what you want to do. I mean, I'm assuming that everybody here has read the book, so
We'll
let's
see.
talk.
You know what? I'm gonna assume that most of the people watching have as well, but we will make sure that we put a disclaimer
Right.
once we do start talking about actual like details and stuff. I'm gonna be like, okay, y'all, we about to start
Yeah.
talking about details. So if you haven't read it, make sure that y'all grab up a copy of it because you have it available on. You got the paperback because that's what I got. Then we also have the e-read and you have Audible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got options for y'all. Okay. So you did talk about, and of course, even with the title of the book, I'm Not Superwoman. So of course we know that the book is going to have a central theme that is going to be surrounding women. And of course, Black women. We see the cover. And just like you said, some of the challenges that they endured. And with this book, what I liked about it was that you talked about from a professional standpoint, like when it comes to work,
Yeah.
what it's like, especially in the medical field, but what it looks like to work there. And then also we got a chance to kind of see a little bit of ourselves if we don't work in the medical field, but being a patient. And so how we get perceived and things of that nature. And so I really did appreciate how you discuss those things. Like at some points that I felt like, oh, here's the monologue segment of the book. You know what I mean? Where we're talking about like, hey, this is specifically the thing that we're discussing right here. But I really did enjoy the book and that in particular. I want to say that when we had our meeting, there was probably a few people who expressed like, yeah, I have definitely experienced things like that, or we know people who have.
Right.
Whether it is I don't work in the medical field, but I've definitely had to advocate for myself, like in areas where I just didn't feel like I should have had to.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to.
But it was just like, girl, you gonna make me shake the table on you to listen to what I'm saying to you about me? You know
Right.
what I mean?
And
So
it is 2024, and a lot of Black women still feel like this.
yeah.
And why is that? So
Yeah.
I did that was something very important for me to kind of address that too.
Yeah, you did it and you did it well. Let me head over to the chat. There we go. Okay, so this message is from Ebony. She says, I personally love the story and found more than a few of the events relatable and true to life. Where did the inspiration behind this book come from?
Um, well, the book it didn't really start off with as me wanting to write. Oh, I want to do an empowering tale about women, black women. It really started off with me wanting to write a story about a young lady in college. And actually, this book really started about almost 20 years ago. It started from a screenplay that I wrote, and obviously the screenplay didn't turn into a movie. So I, over the years, I just kind of kept it in the drawer, and I took it out, and I'll write on it and add some stuff to it. But I think it was like at the time, it was like the early 2000s, and there's a lot of college-based movies going on, like Drumline was going on, Stomp the Yard, and I just loved that atmosphere. And then being in Atlanta, it just felt natural to write this story.
Yeah, you always have really great relatable characters in your books too. They be down there in the South. I feel like they be my cousins or something. Like I know them.
It
Except
could be.
Jason. I don't like Jason still.
Your boy, he did make a cameo. I put him in there just for you. I know you missed him. Stop it. Stop it. Come on. See?
Did you?
I didn't even have to bring him up. You brought him up. See?
I did bring him up. See, why does he live rent free on my mind like this? I don't know.
You attract what you want.
You know what? Now I think. Okay, nope. We're not talking about that book. Nope, we ain't even gonna discuss that. I was about to say something, but never mind. Okay, so Ebony said, yeah, I loved it and was ready to scrap with more than a few other characters.
Good.
Yeah, because I'm glad that we got a chance to see them in their youth, college age, and then we progressed these 10 years. Because had we not had a chance to
mature,
Mina as a grown adult, she would have never been able to get back from all of that college foolishness that she was into. Because, ma'am, pull up in my room if you want to.
Ooh, but she had that big old bed. It was soft.
Listen, Kaylin just said she would have got an ass whooped.
What was that thread count on the bed too? Them sheets?
Don't matter.
She just wanted to test it out.
That was definitely one of the talking points from book club where we was like, yeah, no, I still be whooping on her.
Okay, so if you walked in that situation, what would have happened?
I'm definitely about to tear this place up. We tearing everything up. Yeah, and you would have to even bear in mind, like, some of the stuff I'm gonna tear up is probably gonna be my own. I'm still gonna tear it up. I'm tearing up yours too. But listen, because I and we in college, so college, 19, 20-year-old Tam is not current day Tam. And I can assure you that, baby, college Tam has definitely bust bottles and pulled up. Jesus Christ. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. But I say all of that to say that she had the right roommate. She definitely had the right roommate. Hey, Lamont.
What's up,
How are you?
My partner in crime.
Yes, his partner in crime, because y'all know they be making movies and stuff too. I told you we could talk about that a little bit later. We just gonna throw it in there like real quick before we leave out and everything. But shout out to Lamont because he be out here making films too. Let's see, we got us another one in the chat. He was getting pulled out that thing and she was getting drugged out my whole apartment. Yeah. Cause
you mean she talking about Tony with the good D?
Listen, I hope it was worth it, sis, because you ain't got nowhere to live. Gone over there with Tony.
So I'm guessing that was, for most of y'all, that was the most trifling thing in the book.
Oh yeah. As far as like, get over. I don't want to say get over, because that's something you just can't really. That's different. But low level severity, right? Because
Right.
of course, once we get into fast forward 10 years and she dealing with the white boy, it was just like
Yeah, that's next level. Yeah.
that's next level. It's next level. And no one was okay with that.
No.
But yeah, she definitely could have got whooped on for sure.
Mhm.
And now that I think about it, College Town probably would have fought her and fought her good. But if we fast forward some time, yeah, I think I probably could have, forgiven her. If she really shown herself to be,
And obviously, she was going through some things.
yeah,
She,
she's had,
yeah.
I could have forgave her. She's still gonna get her ass whooped though.
Yeah.
She was gonna need that. She needed it. She really
She
needed
needed it. She needed
it. She did. Um, wait a minute. Where did Jason appear?
Yeah, where did he appear, Tam?
I don't remember Jason being in this book.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
I don't. Where was he at?
He appeared twice in the book, actually. I think the scene right before they went into the step show, he was asking about Sabina, and then years later at the Brandon's birthday party, he popped up.
Okay, but you ain't make it obvious.
I said his name.
I mean, but Jason is just such a standard that I should have picked up on it. That because it was you, that was supposed to be Jason. Okay,
I think subconsciously you knew.
I didn't. You see, I didn't know. I ain't know. Hey, Trav, how are you, sir? How you doing? Trav is another independent film media correspondent. So shout out to him for coming on through in here to say hello to us. We talking about books tonight. We usually be talking about the movies and stuff, but tonight it's about books, Trav. It's about books. I'm not Superwoman, and we have our author here, Mr. Marlon Mccaulsky. So
Strong Bone Tony? Damn.
Strong Bone Tony was looking for a threesome. That's what it was. Like, oh yeah, let's scurry on into a different room. So if she comes in and she with it, then she might just join in. But nah, Nia said, I'm not the one or the two. Okay?
Or the three.
At all. Yes, as far as trust and growing into friendship, yeah, I could have forgave her.
Yeah.
If I had to be perfectly honest, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was one incident that would not necessarily have trumped all other incidences as long as those incidences were, good ones. So, yeah.
Okay, so with that said, what would have been your breaking point with Kyle?
See, it's different when it comes to these. I was about to cuss. When it comes to these men, like the dudes ain't gonna get as much of a pass as the friend is.
Okay.
Yeah, so like my baby, you done been out here in these streets doing me dirty for a little too long, and it's like repetitive. You know what I'm saying? Like my friend that came up here got this one incident. She showed out. She did something she ain't had no business, but all of our other circumstances have been on some solid situations versus this nigga Kyle just. I mean, and then we see what happened. I get it. You had your situation. You mentally you wasn't all the way there, but I mean, tough titty said the kitty.
Okay, so I mean, what would have been your breaking point though? Like, what would have been like? I'm done. I mean, I'm assuming it would have been before she said it.
That's a hard one. Dang, College Town.
Ooh, low tolerance Tam.
Low tolerance Tam. Like it just would have.
Okay.
We fighting. I think we would have probably. We would have fought. We would have physically fought. Yeah, I'm gonna say that. So like, probably my breaking point would not have been as quickly as far as completely breaking myself away from the relationship. I just would have been always fighting, like physically, like busting heads, keying cars, just doing all of that crazy young toxic stuff. You know what I'm saying? Busting windows.
And that was, I think that was kind of the point too. Like when you're younger, you think you don't put up with a lot, but you do. You put up with more than you should.
You do.
You do put up with it more than you should. You should.
You do.
And then she did, and then it finally got to that one incident where she just knew, okay, it's over. There's no coming back from it.
No, I don't think I would have left. Real talk. I think I would. I would have been fighting, fighting. I would have been taking credit cards and spending.
But I mean, given his situation, like, you know, with obviously a spoiler, some of the drug abuse that he was doing, obviously he was having some mental issues going on. Even granted, she didn't know that at the time yet, but that was in play. His drug abuse, drinking a lot of alcohol, just snapping on her and going crazy. That's a little bit more extra than the average relationship. I at least I'm assuming
it is, which is why I know that I'm so glad that I done pressed through and got through my 20s and stuff, because to me, I would have just had the mentality of, I'm about to meet you where you at. If you gonna act a fool, I'm gonna act a big one. That I wouldn't have been thinking about mental health or nothing. I would have just been like,
so you was Krishan back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, we going to parties and clowning? Yeah. Okay. Let's go out there. Let's go. But current day Tam would never. Just, I have to leave. And I'll handle this behind closed doors privately like a lady.
Not Miss Captain Saberho.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with that. Okay, This ain't about me. There we go. Oh, well, here we go. Captain Saberho. Rena talking about something. I would have, stayed trying to, definitely. I don't think I would have been trying to save him. I don't think I would have had the mentality to even recognize that there was something else going on with him. I would just been like, oh, he disrespectful as hell, so I'm about to get him. You know what I'm saying? But look at y'all. Y'all so in tune with other people at y'all young ages. Like, oh, let me nurture him out of this. Yeah, nah, dog. I wouldn't do it. Yeah. We just gonna fight. Let's see. Oh yeah, Eb has said he was too needy. But ultimately, that party situation was it for Kyle. Yeah, that'll do it. Let me see. Rena. Yeah, yep. They would have kept safe hold, now kick rocks. Yeah. Now current day, I ain't got the patience. I can't be bothered.
Okay, so what's your thoughts? So what's your thoughts on Nia getting with Brandon?
Wait a minute. I was about to go into that. I was like, what? No, who asking the questions here?
I'm just saying.
Okay. Now that's a sticky one, right? Because it's just like, girl, is that who we about to be with? But I mean, at the end of the day, like Kyle told her, like, he is a better fit for you. And he was. He went on to be her husband and everything. So, I mean, while it wasn't ideal the way that it happened, you know what I'm saying? It happened. Right. And it wasn't just no one night stand type of situation, lust or whatever. Like, they truly loved each other. So their particular case was different than most others, because I think when a lot of other people be doing it, it'd be lusting and all of that, but they were the exception. So they gotta pass.
They gotta pass.
Oh yeah. It's like one of the situations where it ain't ideal. You kind of want to be bad at them, but you really can't be. And I mean, Kyle's dead, so I mean, what do you do?
That fool dead anyway. He ain't
dead. You know what I'm saying? There's there's no fighting and back and forth that has to go on. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be some bro code that they're not going to be able to, get back from. He's dead. You know what I mean?
And technically, he ended the friendship anyway. So
you see, he ended everything. So
right.
yeah, we're fine. We're fine. Yeah. Once they're deceased, then it's not really a whole lot that you need to be concerned with anymore. Okay. Because I mean, look at Faith Evans and Stevie J and Biggie. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Because that definitely wasn't a good example.
No.
Never mind.
They probably shouldn't have gotten together anyway.
Look, Ebony talking about stuff. She was a scrapper. A little scrapper. Yeah. Ebony from over there on Dexter. Yeah.
Little scrappy. She over there messing up kneecaps. I mean.
Yep. Okay, so the back in the day me would have never, just thinking, not the best friend, but the mature me would pick who was better.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. That happens all the time. It was the best fit for both. Yeah. It does happen a lot. It just seems so.
The circumstances were a little messy.
It just still seems messy, even though it does happen regularly. Not Kaylin agreeing with me, like, no, that wasn't a good example. Yeah, Stevie J and Faith Evans, that wasn't a good example. Scratch that, act like I never even said it. Because we're not gonna bring that one up again. But yeah, okay, so we have talked about that a little bit, but I also want to go back and delve into some of the actual themes that you presented in the book. Okay. And we talked about it a little bit already, but there are scenes in the book where we're talking about the racism and the sexism when it comes to when fast forward, Nia is a doctor. Right. And she is getting talked to and, scrutinized way, way differently than her other white counterparts. Right. And so when we get to that part in the book, we're hearing a lot of, terminology and circumstances that really felt like, hey, Marlon might have him a medical background or something. So
I'm glad you think that.
What kind of research went into being able to write about Nia?
Well, I do have a little medical background. Since about 2004, I've been attending, Grey's Anatomy, and I dabbled a little bit in ER. So all those years of studying and research, they really paid off for this book.
So, we do have us a nurse in our own book club, and I'm sure she is sitting back listening to you
mad as hell.
Oh, she might slide in your DM with a little nice, nasty message. I'm just saying. Okay.
It's funny you should say that because my editor, she literally hates Grey's Anatomy. And I like the show, so I used a lot of references there. So and then she used to fight me on everything. I was like, this doesn't edit the book,
right? Like, did I answer me questions? Right, is my question to you. Don't worry about the other stuff. That is funny. Right. So you ain't do no real research. I'm gonna say this: you did a good job. And giving us the scenarios in the book. We was thinking like maybe we did a little extra research, but at this point, Monique probably like, nah, he didn't. Nah, he didn't. No.
I mean, but that's what authors do. We lie. That's what we do. We make stuff up.
I'm glad you said it like that because it's true.
Yeah,
it's very true. Y'all just be lying. Y'all be having 275 pages of lies. Whew.
Y'all be living it.
Flyers out here. Okay. So boom. And a raggedy ass mama. Okay. We in the chat now. We in the comments. So we be having to get to the people as they thinking about these characters. We get to them. Okay, that raggedy ass mama. I felt like I knew her. Most women know a mama exactly like her. It was all about companionship before her kids.
Right.
Yeah, and sad to say, Yeah, if you don't have that mother, whew, thank goodness.
And that situation
But
could have been worse.
usually do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody just knew like something was gonna pop off.
Yeah.
Something was gonna happen.
And she was
But
just in denial about the whole thing.
there is a young lady that I follow on social media. She's a social worker, and she said one day we're going to talk about how some of these kids' first bully is their mama.
I'm not sure y'all ready for that conversation.
Okay. Yeah. So with all that said, yeah, when it comes to these mamas, just parents in general, y'all just be having to recognize just how impactful y'all are, and not just what be going on with your kids when they 6 and 7, but usually the problems that they end up having don't manifest until they adults.
Right.
You don't even really see it until they adults. So you got to be mindful of that, mamas and daddies. But in this particular case, we're gonna have to put it on mama because she was a whole clown. So
yeah, I mean, she snapped out of it eventually.
Eventually, but
Yeah,
I mean, look at the damage that you caused in the meantime.
True.
Like you learning your way through, and that's all cool. You know what I'm saying? But
in the meantime, he's suffering.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. That emergency. Why would y'all put big words in the chat? Why would you do that to me? I don't gotta read this and I got a list. Why would you do this to me? The emergency track had me thinking what? Okay, Marlon, you say it.
Oh no, I just read it somewhere. And I was like, hey, that sounds good. Yeah, she gonna do that.
Yeah, that emergency surgery had me thinking Marlon that had to save a life or two. See what I'm saying? Like you had us really convinced. You know what I'm
saying? That means the lie was good. That was a good lie.
Yeah, that was a really good lie. And hey girl, she said a woman that put a man before her children need both her eyes closed. Real talk. Listen, I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it. Go ahead.
It was such a weird, and it was a weird situation for Nia, where she's not even there physically in the beginning, at least. And you're away at school, your little brother's going through it, and you think that your mama is supposed to have his back. So, what are you supposed to do in that situation?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it was a lose-lose situation.
Mm-hmm. Listen, they said what she said, right? Yeah. It I believe in violence, honestly. Like I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that, a good physical attack can really change the trajectory of people's lives and their behavior.
And I think
I got busted in my mouth before by a boy. Changed my whole outlook on life. You understand me? The lesson I learned in that, you can't fight men. You just physically, you can't, not with your hands. You have to use a weapon.
Worse, yeah. There's other ways that you twist that knife.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have a weapon. You can't just be thinking you about to just use your fist on no man. No, it's not gonna work that way.
And I think
you have to use a knife.
I think Nia in the book, she was throwing a lot of hands in the book too.
See? Yeah. But I learned that lesson, and it was from what? Physical violence. There's so many lessons to be learned in it. You know what I'm saying?
Spider monkey all over that boy.
You see what I'm saying? People really be trying to act like, violence doesn't work. It does. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been fighting wars since the Bible days. What do you mean violence doesn't work? What?
Pick and choose your battles, though. Pick and choose your battles.
For sure. Still works. just
until it don't.
Sometimes you have to reach out and touch somebody. That's right. Right.
You better hope they don't touch you back, LaShawn.
Okay. But listen, Listen, there is lessons to be learned on both sides. Okay, I learned my lesson. I had to walk around with my little busted up lip and everything like that. And I had to remind myself as years go by, like, hey, Tam, not just being out here boxing with no man. That's not the look. You're too cute for that, babe. You've got something to lose. All right.
Mhm.
Don't move like that. You have to use a weapon. You know what I'm saying?
That's your takeaway. Use a weapon.
Because I'm still gonna fight these niggas.
When in doubt.
Sure.
Let's attack them.
You know what I'm saying? So, and then of course, that man, he recognizes, like, hey, just leave her alone altogether. That's the lesson that he go get after I just stabbed him or something. You know what I mean? Either way, there's a lesson to be learned. And
you shake the man. He learned that lesson.
Boom, there it is. Okay, we can talk all day about lessons being learned. But meanwhile, just know, like, a lot of the folks in the chat felt like Mama should have got dealt with. And
it's understandable.
I'm glad that she had a change of heart. Yes, we are. So, yay.
Hooray for her.
Listen, the chat been throwing hands. See, yeah, y'all is violent in the chat. I like y'all.
Who raised y'all?
Ooh, I like y'all. You know what I'm saying? But see, these are folks who pick their battles, like you said. Some stuff is worth fighting for.
Yeah. Now, John needed to get his ass kicked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's get into John ass. Yeah, John was trash.
Yeah.
John was trash. Period.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So, there was another thing though, also that we talked about outside of, how women are treated in medicine, but also, Sabrina's situation.
Yeah.
Right. And how do I want to approach this? Because when you come over here with me, we gonna talk lighthearted, we gonna crack us some jokes and all of the things, but her situation was quite serious.
Yeah.
Right. And so I don't necessarily want to make too light of the topic, because sometimes, abuse and domestic violence can be triggering to people. So at no point do we want it to come off like, we just poking fun or anything like that. But that was heartbreaking. But one of the takeaways I got from that, after you've seen the red flags, after they are showing out on you, getting out early.
Right.
I mean, early, like first sign is to go, like, immediately, because you can get to a point where their abuse towards you impacts other people.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you got folks out here in the world that care about you, who want to protect you, you got to be considerate of, them wanting to help you and having no way to do it because you're staying. And I get that part of the reason why a lot of victims stay is because of the fear attached to trying to leave, because
it's not as easy as when some people just leave them.
It's not that easy.
Especially when your lives are intertwined with each other. Okay, just leave him and go. Especially if you don't have that outside support. Where are you going to go?
Where am I going? Yeah. With what? You know what I mean? And that he's not going to be able to find me. He's not going to be able to get to me, because we see in the story he could get to everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody was getting dealt with, messing around with him. And so, just recognizing the signs early, like, it don't have to get to the point where they put their hands on you. And somebody might try to convince you that you overthinking something, but baby, the best advice I can give in a circumstance like that is to pray on it for some discernment and some guidance, and listen. Pray and then listen.
And I try to put in there that he didn't start off that way. They never do. But his representative, she met his representative first. And that representative drew her in, and then slowly but surely the real person, the real man showed up. By that time, unfortunately, she felt like she was kind of stuck.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it's important to own the fact that they always start off as a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
How else was they gonna get you?
Right.
Most times a dude don't start off treating you like trash because otherwise you just wouldn't have been bothered with him at all in the first place. So
Right.
it's always going to start off with something good.
Yeah.
But again, I'm a firm believer in have you a conversation with God about it. Ask him to show you immediately like
Mm-hmm.
what to do, what not to do. And listen, listen. And when you see the signs, when you hear stories and you read books like this and you see these circumstances and you recognize that you are in a similar one, keep your
Mm-hmm.
eyes wide open.
And a quick little note about that particular scene. It was that story, that Sabina storyline in that particular part. It was based on somebody I really knew who actually went through that.
Mm,
So, and the funny thing is, my editor, when I turned in the book, they wanted to change that part, and they wanted to, kind of, say it's a little too much for this story. And I was like, no, that has to go in there. I know, sometimes there's a bit of compromise that you do when you're writing a book and editing and talking to your publisher. But at that
yeah,
point, that had to go into the story because that's the story that needed to be. That I felt like it needed to be told. And I'm
yeah,
sure there's hundreds of other authors who've told similar stories, but I wanted to share that particular one.
yeah. And I'm definitely glad that you did. Because again, sometimes we don't even see the severity of it until
It's too
it's
late.
too late. You know what I mean? And so I'm glad that you were able to keep it in the book. Um and especially that you tied in her friends into
Hmm.
the story because again, it brings this element of how abuse doesn't just impact those two people, but
Yeah.
all of the other surrounding people around you. If you have children, um,
Hmm.
your parents, your friends, you know what I mean?
Sisters,
Like
brothers. Yeah.
absolutely. All of these people have the ability to be impacted by this. So if you're not gonna leave for yourself, you know, consider the other people too. But and I also want to say that this is in no way victim shaming. In no way because again, like we talked about, it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Most times when it gets the most violent is when someone is trying to leave or even has left.
Yeah.
So this is in no way let's shame them at all. No. What I encourage everybody to do if you're somebody who was out here dating
Hmm.
is to just be mindful and to be okay with walking away from a circumstance and knowing that, oh, okay, this might mean I'm gonna be single for a little bit longer. But you're
And
gonna
don't
protect.
and don't be afraid to check up on your friends.
Yeah.
And sometimes as a friend, you know your friend, and
Mm-hmm.
when things are wrong and things are different, things are going wrong. They even if they don't say it, you know it. So don't be
Yeah.
afraid to check up on them.
Because Nia knew it.
Yeah.
She knew it. And she was in this position where she didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they're not gonna admit it to you and they
Mhm.
hiding it from you and
And I think it even got to the point where she was just saying, "Just leave with me right now. Just
come
leave.
on, let's
We
go.
can go." And she didn't
Hmm.
want to go. So, what do you do as a
But
friend?
yeah, yeah, and that's a really great question for even our watchers that's in the chat. Like, have you ever been in a circumstance like that where um you didn't know how to help a friend, or if you have any suggestions on what you've done that was effective in helping someone get out of a domestic violence situation. Let me Oh yeah, imagine if Nia would have taken it in the face. I was holding my breath during that scene.
Mm, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's it's important to have these circumstances in these books.
yeah.
So I'm
I
glad
mean, and of course, it's hyped up. It's a little bit more, hyped up, for book purposes than it is in real life. But similar situations like that happen. You know.
hmm Yeah, yeah. Oh, listen.
Oh.
She violent. It's the bitten off for me. It's the bitten off.
She would have Lorena bopped it.
In my head, I was thinking, like a little, severed with a knife type of situation. At least I'm getting up close and personal, but I'm like Mike Tyson in that thing. Okay. See?
Good God.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel it. Oh yes. Did you appear in any of the characters? Ebony wants to know.
I guess a little bit of me. If I said any character, probably a little bit of Brandon. There's a little bit of me.
I can see that.
But
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Mr. Steal Your Man, Steal Your Woman.
Hey, he gave her.
Oh, is that how they say it?
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Mr. Steal Your Girl.
He gave her away though.
And let's face it, Brandon was just a better fit.
Yeah.
He's a better guy. End of the story. Brandon's alive. There it is. Ebony says, I vomited a little bit thinking about it. Ooh.
It was a hard scene to write. But knowing what I wanted to do with the scene and how the outcome was going to be, that's kind of how I got through it.
Well, it all ties back into, of course, our title, I'm Not Superwoman. So we have these different scenarios that you presented in the book where we have the professional woman who is just trying to make her way in her profession and be treated as an equal, and how that's going for her. Definitely a storyline that so many of us are experiencing, not just if you work in the medical field, but in any work aspect at all. And then, of course, back to the one that we were just talking about when it comes to domestic violence and, just being able to walk away. You know what I mean? Being able to walk away. And even though you may not be Superwoman, just being able to find the inner strength to get away from the circumstances that's harming you.
Right.
So,
and part of not being Superwoman is it's not all on you. You do have friends, you do have family. You don't have to do it all by yourself. This is not, this is not a comic book where you have to be the hero. And, sometimes you can allow somebody else to save you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it's okay to be a damsel. Okay. Okay. It is. And Kaylin wants to know, does your wife weigh in on some of Nia's perspective?
Early on. But for the most part, no. She allows me to just do my thing, and she's really my toughest critic. So if I could get past her, it's all good. Y'all, anybody can say whatever they want, but if I can get past her, because she'll read sometimes I'll be writing and I'm gonna kill it with this one. I'm gonna kill it with this one, and she'll read it and she'll be like, okay. And I'm like, that's it.
Oh, crushed you, don't it?
But if I get that, that was really good. I really like that. Then I know, okay, I did my thing.
That's what's up. I was like, would Marlon consider himself to be a feminist?
I guess yes. Yeah. I think people will try to make that such a dirty word these days. Like
they do.
It's but what if I'm not a feminist, then what am I? I think that's even worse.
Yeah, I like the fact that we are getting to a place where we can say feminism without it, being considered a bad word.
Right.
You know what I mean? And certain people gonna always, see it like that. But I mean, they are who they are. But definitely the way that this book was written, it was written with a certain type of empathy for women, and we don't always get to see that coming from Black men, and so it's really appreciated. At least if I'm not speaking for everybody else, I know I'm speaking for myself, that it's nice when men who look like us defend us, who show that they understand what it is that we're going through and have a certain level of empathy that they're willing to put in a book, on our behalf. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. I was raised by a black woman. I'm married to a black woman. So why
Mhm.
wouldn't I defend a black woman?
You know what? While it seems like the easiest thing in the world, for some people, it's just not. And oftentimes, we as Black women are confronted with men
Mhm.
who don't think that same way. And so,
Yeah.
again, that's why I say we can appreciate when the ones who do actually verbalize it and put it out there on Front Street for the world to see. So, hopefully, you are encouraging some others to do the same and to feel the same ways that you feel. So we're gonna go ahead, head to the chat for just a couple of our last minute messages. But before we do that, Marlon, is there anything that you want to tell us about as far as upcoming projects or things that we need to be supporting right now?
Supporting right now. Yeah. Well, on the film side of things,
Mhm.
me and my business partner, my friend Lamont Gant, we are working on a new movie, a new book, Seven Signs, um, and it's kind of a futuristic, kind of cyberpunk kind of film and book. We gave a little taste of that, a little sample of that last year with a short film that we did called Ladies Night 2077.
Okay.
So you can look that up. It's on YouTube right now.
Like
Ladies Night 2077.
2077. Okay, great. So that's
So we're doing another project based on those characters, but this one's going to be more of a feature length film and a book to go with it too.
okay. And then of course I know you're gonna talk to us about Returned, right?
Oh yeah. Return is out there. It's on Tubi, starring Blue Kimball and Diane Kirby.
All
So
right.
that's still available on Tubi. Returned.
Yes, I can go check that out. It's some controversy behind that one too, but
Oh
want
yeah,
to go and
yeah.
watch the movie and then come back and be like, this looks familiar. Okay.
Where did this come?
Yeah, where does this come from? Yep. So
Hmm.
y'all can check that out too.
Yeah.
And then Marlon, also tell us where everybody can find you.
I'm on all the socials under Marlon Mccaulsky on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. If you wanted to send me a message, you can go to marlonmccaulsky.com. And also, yeah, you can find me there. I'm not hard to find.
Okay, then. Well, listen, this is from our president of EyeCU Reading and Social Network. Because, again, guys, remember that I'm Not Superwoman was the read for March. So, this live is coming to you from not only Tim Telling Tales, but EyeCU Reading and Social Network. We are encouraging all of you guys that if you're book readers and you're lovers, then head over to the EyeCU Reading and Chatting
Please
page
do.
over on Facebook. That is a online virtual book club that you can partake in.
Yes.
Also, you want to make sure that you are liking the EyeCU Reading and Social Network page on Facebook. And then lastly, our message from our president. Thank you so much for working with EyeCU Reading for April and for March. Um, right, what you say? Sorry, I meant March. Y'all, we usually do this in the actual month that we read it in. So, yeah, that's all that is. But not only do we appreciate you as our featured author, your presence in the group is very much appreciated. And tell us how we can follow you on social media, which he had a chance to do already. But what I can do is tell you guys how you can follow me on social media, which is Tam Telling Tales everywhere. YouTube, IG, Facebook, all them other ones. I'm there. I might not be there for real, but I'm there. But share, like, follow, subscribe to Tam Telling Tales, everybody. And make sure that you check out I'm Not Superwoman by Marlon Mccaulsky if you have not already. If you have, make sure that you have put your review onto the internet so that others can know how you felt about the book.
Yes, and I gotta say, I really do appreciate everybody that posts your review, whether it's on Amazon, whether it's on Goodreads. Amazon be tripping sometimes, with the little they don't want to post your review, but I really do appreciate it, and I try to share everybody's review on my social networks whenever I get them, because you guys, you didn't have to read my book, but you did, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Marlon, I would love it if you would help me with the sign off. Right. So
Okay.
it's really easy, right? I'll do the first part. I say, I'm Tam, I'm telling tales. And then you come right in after me and tell everybody to read a book.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's
Y'all,
do it.
I'm Tam, I'm telling tales.
Read a book, no. Read a book.
No, the first one was fine. Bye, y'all.
I got it.
Tam telling tales.
I got it.
Tam telling tales.
I got it.
Tam telling tales.
I got it. Tongue twister. Say it real fast one time.
Tam, 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 tam.